Exchanges, pioneer to pioneer, pioneer to apps. Exchanges, I see many questions that brought so much confusion with people giving a certain value already, okay, to our collective Project Pi network. And people are asking, so if you don't want us to actually connect, or you don't want us to give a value, how do you expect us to come up with a value? So today in this video, I'd like to share with you one element that is used in many companies, okay, actually called sometime, the unit economics. So you want to know more? Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Ashil Combat, and if this is the first time you're getting on this channel, I'm the co-founder of We Equip You, and don't hesitate, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Comment, put your comment under the video for us to start to get to know each other and expand our community. So, exchanges, pioneers to pioneers. Pioneers being confused. How can I fix the price of Pi, or how can I know the value of Pi? Remember, Pi network itself is the currency. Pi network is the currency. And the vision is clear. We spoke about it many times here. Is to be able to use Pi network as a means of exchange for goods and services. So I'll be a little bit graphic today, right? So let's say that that's why even in this project we still have a long way to go, because we have to get to a level where we do have producers, we do have manufacturers, right? Be involved, accepting even Pi for the production of goods that they're doing. Services may be a little bit simpler, because it relies really more on your brain. It relies on your expertise, right, for to provide the service. But the formula that we're going to go through right now will be actually also useful even in services. So what happens is that before you fix the price of any element, okay, what can I take here? Okay, let me take this nice piece of art, right? So before you can actually have a price on this, right, it took you some material to produce all this, okay? I think, this one, it came from Home Goods, right, which is a retail store for, here in the United States, okay? Home Goods. I don't even know if they're still in business though. Anyway, so it requires you to actually have materials to put all this together. That material costs something. Right? That's what we call direct material, right? So before you fix then the price, we're gonna have price on top, right? Exclamation mark, right? So now you have to look into direct material. So your direct material are every single thing as material you need to make this piece. Your iPhone, okay? If you are a producer of breads, whatever you're producing, materials will go in. So you need to know exactly how much of that material in terms of cost, right, goes in producing this. That's the first thing. And hopefully we can do even a live on this one to give you more detail on how you can get prepared to be able to fix your price in Pi. The second thing is that the labor is true. Today we have many robots doing the work, but those robots also they have a cost, right? So the labor coming from people who are directly working on producing this. I'm not talking about the secretary who's in the office, right? You have direct material costs. You need to evaluate that for 1 unit, because these are made maybe in thousands, right? So for these to be able, for this piece of art to be able to be made in 1,000 elements, right? You want to know how much each one costs you in direct material and then direct labor. Remember, direct labor again is people are coming from people who are directly working to produce this. It may be that it takes a person 1 hour to produce this, and I'm paying the people a certain number of Pi per hour. That's what I need to put in here as cost, okay? Direct labor. we're not talking about the secretary, or we're not talking about the accountant who's in your company or who's in your business. No, we're talking about people who are directly contributing to produce this. So once you sum up the direct labor and the direct material, it gives you already the cost related to producing then this piece of art here. Give you the cost. That's your initial analysis. Now, on that cost, you don't want to sell something at just the cost of producing it. On that cost now, you can add a margin directly linked then to your direct material, direct labor. So let's say that I do all this and then it's like maybe 300 pi. And remember, right now, we don't have many manufacturers working in this. So I'm using pi here as a currency. Now your question may be, okay, so if we don't have producers already working in pi, that's why we need to be patient. The exchange is just pioneer to pioneers. And we're going to use the same formula, right? To be able to show how between you pioneers, how that will work. So now let's say you have like it costs 300 pi. Then you may decide, then okay, the price of this, I may make it like 400 pi. I may make it for like 5 pi or 2 pi, because it will help me now have a margin. That's what we call contribution margin. Now you look to the contribution margin and then you see all your operating expense, which is not analyzed in this formula here, right? So price, exclamation mark, direct material, direct labor. Now we know the cost. Now we can fix our price, right? Now when you subtract the price by the total of the cost, those direct elements, okay, contributing to producing this, you have what we call the contribution margin. And now all the discussion will start from that contribution margin. Because apart from these direct costs that goes in producing this, you do have some fixed costs as well. You need to be able to evaluate how much those fixed costs will also impact your bottom line as a business owner. So I wanted to share then this formula with you for you to start actually preparing yourself and getting a better understanding on how things will work down the road. How things will be, the exchanges will be done so that pi can get at a level where it's used, right, in exchanges that we spoke about. And like I said, for a service, this is for goods, right? For a service, it's easier because usually you don't have that much direct material, right? Most of the time, it will be focused more on the direct labor. So it's you knowing and asking yourself, how much of pi, right, I'm willing to even charge somebody for the service or the expertise that I will bring to the table. That's why in this progressive journey, the first thing that is allowed to do is pioneer to pioneers, pioneers to apps, just for you to have fun and keep learning. So if this gives you a better idea on how things will work, or you're confused, or you have question, put your question in the chat box. Okay, we're going to go in details. Or into the details with it, and I'm sure we're going to do a live where we'll break down more of these elements that I just presented to you. And if you think that as a producer or a manufacturer out there, you do see the vision that is coming, you would like to be part of this too, don't hesitate. That's why we choose to start actually educating and informing business owners out there to be prepared, because this currency will also bring a change in the marketplace. So remember, our journey started with one simple proverb. When you don't know where you're going, look back from where you came from. Everything, the principles have been accessible for generations. They will be accessible generation to come. We just need to discover and learn them. If this video helped you, share with someone, subscribe, keep the notification on so that every time we bring educational information, you can also have access to it. I will see you then in the next video. We are growing.